Hey my fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali, and I'm very happy that you joined me in today's Wip&Sip&Chat. So if you're new to it, Wip stands for work in progress, Sip stands for me just sipping some black tea, go grab something to drink and stay hydrated, and the chatting is for chatting, which means that I'll be talking while I'm doing my diamond painting, and you can join me while I do this, and you can just work on your own painting. You can work on whatever it is you want to work on. So I'm not going to be zooming out, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this canvas. It's the same one that I have already been working on last time. So it's the mystery kit, the first mystery kit from Dreamer Designs, and it's from Curtis Rickovich. And if you know Curtis Rickovich, you know that he loves to paint these damsels. I'm a big fan of his artwork, so I was like, okay, I'm going to get it. My boyfriend, he did put the cover paper on so that I did not see what the picture would be like once I took off or rolled open the painting. I have not seen it, so I don't know what it is. I have an idea now that I've worked on it for quite a little time. So I know, I think, what the disposition of it is. I know how tall the damsel will be in the painting, but I don't know what she will be looking like exactly. So to keep it a mystery as well for those of you that work on it, I decided to give you a really big zoom in into the canvas today so that I don't spoil too much. I'm sorry, I can't cover it all up. I try to cover up most of it, but all won't be possible. So I did my best with that. I also wanted to excuse me that I did not upload another video because I thought that I would be able to film it maybe on Friday when I go home and I finish a little bit earlier work. But my boyfriend was at home, and if you know me, you know that I really don't like to film myself when someone is really around. If it's family or friends, I don't really care. It's just something that I don't like. And so yeah, I did not film it in time, and my microphone also broke down, so I no longer have my very nice microphone, so I have to reorder one, and I can't do this this month, so I have to wait for next month to do this, but then the quality will be better again. So sorry for that if the quality is not as great as it was. That's due to the microphone that's missing. I still got the camera, the phone holder, that does work, but the camera just did not work anymore, so I had to change that. What I wanted to tell you today is I'm just going to be chatting a little bit about my week, last week, and I'm going to chat also about this week, maybe a little about today mainly. And I'm also trying to let you know about a few things in general, like what I have been reading, what I've been doing, and so on. So I think that might be interesting. So let's start it off with last week. So last week I actually had a normal week at work. All was fine. It was actually the last time that I had regular classes, because from this week on I would have my regular classes, and I would also be able to give my Japanese class. At least that was the idea, because our school is trying to offer now more things to the kids during their breaks and as well after school. So I was I decided to offer my knowledge, if you want, and I wanted to offer them Japanese classes. I did not want to do it after school, because often after school I'm really already tired, And so I decided to go with what they said we could do, and I wanted to give it like during a break of the kids. And they offer already like a lot of things. I think what's really successful, as always, with the boys especially, is the football. Like that's something that's working really nice. And I think there are a lot of kids that go there because in general, like they love playing foot. They can do it during the break. And I think like there are a lot of kids that just love that. If you do like more creative things or more things where they have to study, I'm not sure if there will be as many people. And yeah, so last week was like the last time I could come home a little bit earlier because I did not have this class. And today actually was the first time that we should be holding that class. And there were like 4 kids that were added to the list for my class in Japanese. And I think like back at my days when we had like the opportunity to study Japanese, I would have been like so crazy. I would have been like in love with that idea just because it is something that I really enjoy. Now I think maybe I should have offered like Korean classes, and I think this might have been like a little bit, I don't know, more successful, I would say. I don't know. But I feel like ever since K-pop and K-drama and all of this, like that's what also what got me into like Korean. But I think like that might have been more successful. But then again, like I feel a little bit more at ease when I have to speak like Japanese because I have been studying that for such a long time now that that's definitely something I feel like more at ease with than Korean, where I've been only studying for last like I don't know 2 years. So the basics I could definitely like teach them, but I would not feel like comfortable to teach when I'm not sure if I can like answer every question. Yeah, so anyway, so this started off today. And I was really like stressed out because I was like yesterday I was telling my boyfriend like what am I going to tell him, like what should I be doing, like not yesterday but the day before when I was planning classes, and I only have like 50 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start with this, and then I really wanted just to make it fun. Like I really wanted it to be like listening to them why they are there, and I also wanted to know like what they already knew, maybe why they were interested in it, and then I would adapt like my class to that, to their expectations, since there were not so many that were inscribed. Like I thought it would be very nice. And I also wanted like to start it with like letting them present themselves, learning how to present yourself in Japanese, because that's like really easy. And it does like, I feel like it's a really nice first step. So that was the idea behind that. And so I had a look at like where they all were coming from that were inscribed, and where or what they like, just like the names, and so that I had an idea like what they could maybe say, where they are from. And then like today, actually like few minutes ago, I was like there, I was at school, and I was like, okay, it's starting soon. So I was getting to the classroom, and actually like when I arrived, I knew that there were like inscribed 2 kids that would not be able to make it because they are like, if you know our system at school, like the big kids, they have like a different break than the small ones. And the hour they gave me was like better fitting for the older ones. So actually the smaller, younger kids, they are not able like to participate because it is just not at the same time as their break. So they won't be able to make it. I knew that. So there were like 2 kids that were not able like to go there, even though they like to join. And I even went to the secretary, and she was like, yeah, they were so sad because they wanted to come. And yeah, so that was the first thing that happened. So I already knew that like there would be like 2 kids that would come. And I prepared like the class, I opened it up, and there was no one there. So when there was no one there, I was like, okay, they have like break just now. Maybe they are going to grab something quick to eat and they are coming. So I stayed like for 20 minutes, and in the end there was just like no one that came. And I was like so sad because I felt like, oh, but they did like inscribe. Why didn't they come? Like, did they just like forget that it was today? Or in the end, don't they really want to come? And I had like no clue. I don't know them. So it's not like kids that I already had in one of my other classes. Like usually most of the kids, I would not say most of the kids, but there are like a lot of kids at school that I already know because I have been teaching there for like 5 years. So the chances that I know them are pretty high, but like these two, I have no idea who they are. Maybe if I see them, I know, oh yeah, it's him or it's her, but like that, I could not tell. And the thing is, like, they did not even like say a word that they could not come or would not come. They were just like, I was just sitting in that room and I was like, okay, no one's coming, right? And I was so sad because, like, I don't know, my boyfriend just called at the time because he had my old timetable and he was like, oh, you're off, so it's my break, so I can call you. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually off, but I'm not off actually, but I'm off kinda because like no one was there and I had prepared something nice. And he was like, oh, that's so sad. And I was like, yeah, that's really sad because like I was really enjoying, like I had hoped someone would come and then I could teach them. Like, I don't know, if you're a teacher, you might know that feeling, understand that feeling. Like, I always wanted to become a teacher because I loved to teach. Like, I really loved to the knowledge that I have. I really love to share that with people, and that's really just something that I wanted to do. And the fact that no one showed up was like really a little bit disappointing. And I don't know, I will try like to ask the classes, like the kids main teacher, like if he can maybe pass the message again, like that they did like inscribe, and so that they can like maybe let me know if they no longer want to do it, or maybe they just like forgot, I don't know, so that maybe next week they will show up. I don't know, we will see. But yeah, that was like my very first non-existing Japanese class that I had this year. It's sad because like at my old school I also had like the possibility to do it, and I actually offered Japanese classes, and then COVID happened back then. Like, we started and the kids were really happy because like we did see like culture. We did also talk about Korea a little bit though, because they liked K-pop and they were interested also in Japan. So it was really nice like to talk about all of that stuff. And I feel like it was really nice to share that with them. And there were a few of them that were really motivated, and seeing that in kids nowadays is really rare. So I was hoping to get like the same satisfaction that you don't usually get in your normal regular classes there, like just seeing the kids like enjoy something, and they are not forced to come, so it's no big deal. But it's nice if they come because they do it out of their free will, and this means that they actually want to learn something. So this was unfortunately what happened today. So no one showed up, but I'm still going to go there next week, and I will try, like, we will see if there's someone who's coming. Otherwise I will try to maybe change the hours so that the other 2 kids that want to come can come at least. We will see how it goes. But that was like what I wanted to share with you, because this is something that kind of touched me today in a way. Like, it made me a little bit sad. So I thought like I'm going to talk about this. Otherwise, my week went well. We kind of finished working on the apartment, my boyfriend's apartment. I told you that we are kind of renovating it because he wants to, ever since he moved to my place, he wants like to loan it someone, and we already found someone. So they are coming next week. Well, this week they will come this Friday. They will sign like the papers, and then they can like get the keys and they can move in. And I think they will be really happy because they have been asking us like for the last few weeks like if they could already come, and so they will be very happy. And we are finally done with all the renovation, so this is also something great. I'm really happy that we kind of finalized this part, and I'm looking forward to maybe just like more quieter weekends now that we don't always have like to show up there and clean and check if everything is done well. So this takes also a lot of time though, so we finished that this weekend and I'm really glad about that. Sunday, like, I actually did not do much after like going back to the apartment on Saturday. I felt like we deserved some good rest. And yesterday, actually, I don't know if you are a big fan of video games or not, but I'm a huge fan of esport and in general League of Legends. And currently at this point of time, there are again the World Championships. And that's something that I really love to watch. In general, I really enjoy watch people play. I enjoy playing as well, but less than I love watch people play. So when I see them as well as in this like esports, we are in the quarterfinals now. It's really another level than when you see like regular people play. So seeing them play in a very nice way and with all the meta and all in their head, like you can really see how they function and what they have prepared. I really enjoy watching that. So yesterday I spent like a lot of my day just watching the esports while not really diamond painting, but kind of reading, diamond painting and doing different stuff. And in the end, I felt like really relaxed. And yeah, that was actually what I did yesterday. But I also wanted to talk to you a little bit more about like reading in general, because I don't know what happened earlier. Like for quite some time, I felt like, you know, some have these writing barriers where you love to write and then you just like can't find the words or the inspiration. And I felt like I had some kind of reading barrier. That means that even though I love to read and I bought books, I just could not find the motivation to read. Which is sad, because I still have a lot of books left that I would love to read. But just like the motivation was not there. I feel like although like earlier, before diamond painting, all the time that I did spend diamond painting, I spent reading. And ever since I fell in love with diamond painting, I just kind of stopped reading because it made me feel tired in a way. And I can't really explain why. But now, this feeling or this need to read is kind of back, and I'm really happy about that. So I devoured like in a few days, because I still had work to do and to do stuff for work. I was not as quick as I used to be, but I devoured a real book that I really, really enjoyed for quite some time. And it's called like The Godkiller. And I told you that if you follow a little bit along and you know my YouTube, you know that I love to go when I'm in London, for example. I love to go to Waterstones or Forbidden Planet. And I love to check out their signed editions, or sometimes I just order from Waterstones as well. Sorry, I was just sipping a little bit. And then I bought like the second one of this series. So this one is called Godkiller by Hannah Kainer. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, but this you have probably already seen in the library. It's actually a bestseller, and this is the first one. I bought the second one first, and I bought the signed version. And I also wanted to read the first one, but I have not yet bought it signed. So I bought this one here from Amazon. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit what is written behind, and then I'm going to give you my opinion about it. But this is really an amazing book. So I think it's not just like a Sunday Times bestseller, because they write it on a lot of books, but I feel like this one here deserves it really a lot. So it goes, "You are not welcome here, Godkiller. As a child, Kissing saw her family murdered by a god." So this is how the book actually starts, and then you get like, you really just have one chapter where she's small, a child, you see what happens to her, and then you see her as a grown-up. So you actually have like this time jumping, if you want. "Now gods are forbidden, but they still wander the kingdom, demanding worship and sacrifice. Kissen makes a living killing them and enjoys it." So she's the god killer we're talking about. "Until she meets a god she cannot kill. Skadi, the god of white lies, has bonded his soul to a young, noble girl, and Kissen can't kill him without ending the girl's life." So this also happens in the beginning, and you can see the dynamic here. So she's the god killer, and she can't kill this god. And this god is actually linked to a girl, which is pretty unusual in the world we see here. So right from the start, you have a lot of question marks. You have a lot of mysteries that you want to solve and to understand. And Kissen as well, she really wants to understand. And I think she, like, if you love heroes that are not like the usual very nice and kind person, you're going to love Kissen, because she's a little bit rougher, probably due to her past. But she's like friendly and warm underneath this like really hard shell, and that's something that I find really nice as well. Like her character, she's not just flat, she has like really edges and pointy edges and sharp edges, I would say, and that's something I love in a character, especially if they are not like I said, flat and boring, but she has a certain bite to her. So Kissen reluctantly agrees to travel to the ruined city of Blenranen to demand aid from the last wild gods. But the city of the gods is no place for a god killer. So it's some kind of pilgrimage that you see. You see there are other characters that are going to pop up in the book. And I love just how it is built. I love the tone of it. I love how it's formed, how it's written. I enjoyed it very much. So the book, it comes with, I'm not going to show you everything, but like it comes with, of course, a map. I love it when books come with a map. And I also love that you have like every chapter, there's another person that you get the point of view of. Like, I love it when there are different point of views, when you don't just have like a story that's told by one single person. That's definitely something that I enjoy as a reader. It depends a lot on each one of us. But for me, like getting multiple views makes the storytelling a little bit richer. So for me, it was really a nice read. I finished it pretty quickly, within a week, because I told you I still had work to do, unfortunately. But it's really a nice read. And I still got the second tome at home, so I could start. But instead, like after reading this book, and if you read it or you have read it, maybe you know why. But it just pushed me to read the sequel of another series that I had started last or even this year. I think it was still this year. I'm saying that I'm on a reading blockade, like barrier. I just can't read, but I think I have read more than I think I read. But I have just been enjoying it a little bit less than I did before. And I feel like now it's finally coming back for me to enjoy really reading a lot. And anyway, so this book here that I read, The Godkiller, it just pushed me to read another book. And that would be like this one here. Maybe you can see it. It's called The Wheel of Time. It's the second tome, and it's by Robert Jordan. So it's also like, when I first read the first tome, it was, oh, I forgot some of the other ones here. So when I read it, the first one, it felt a lot like an epic saga, like in the sense of you follow like a video game. If you know Skyrim a little bit, or all of these adventures where you have like this big, wild, open world, kind of semi-open world, and you can move around, and then you get like to experience and to follow someone's story. So this is exactly what this book feels like. You start at a point A and you follow the story. And in this one as well, like you get multiple points of views, what I really enjoy. So I felt like it's time to read the second tome of it. I read it. Actually, I read it. I did not read it this year. I remember I actually read it when we were in Spain for the holidays last summer. So it has been over a year now. And I really enjoyed it. But it's a lot of descriptions from time to time, a lot of people you follow through the story, and sometimes there are a lot of question marks and you don't really get the answers to them, because this is like a very, very long sequel of books. Like I feel like there are over like 20 books that you can read. I'm not sure about the exact number. I know that the author unfortunately has deceased. He's no longer with us, but I know that Brandon Sanders, I never get his name right. You know who I mean. If you like to read, he did actually write the sequel. He finished off the series. So the book series should be finished. And I really love to read that one. So it's a lot more of like an epic medieval story. And you follow the hero and you get multiple points of view. So this is exactly what I wanted. And this is why I just started reading that again. And currently, like, I've been moving at a quick pace. I've been reading at a very quick pace. That was what I wanted to say. And I feel like I'm really enjoying reading again. So this is something that's really nice. So I think like for today, I had like, currently, how long have I been working today? I think I had only 4 hours today. Yeah, I only had 4 hours today of class. So this is it's fine. But always on Mondays, and I don't know why, if it's just because on weekends, I talk a little bit less. And then my voice gets a little bit like more used to the quiet again, that on Mondays I always feel like my voice is super drained, even though I don't work as long hours as I do for the rest of the week. I can't always explain it, but we will see. Like today I film on Monday. I will try to film next time on Tuesday again when I have a little bit more time. There are also new things that will be popping up. So I just wanted to give you a quick update about what has been going on last week, how I've been doing. So the videos will come, the updates will come more regularly again. It's just that like I was trying to get my hands on a new microphone again. And I also, like I said, I did not really want to film with someone around. So yeah, it should be like up on Sunday, this one. And from there on, we will try to be more regular again. I also wanted to let you know, if you love to play Sims, I've been playing Sims for a while now again. And I started like a French small, very, very small YouTube channel. And it's about like an ugly challenge. If you know Sims, it's about like one generation that's really, really ugly. We started out with that. It's actually a story behind. So I created this very beautiful Sims. She was the most beautiful, the story, like she was the most beautiful Sims in the entire Sim world. And then she had like one colleague that was really jealous of her, and she decided to transform her into like very ugly Sims. And that's her story. So she has been cursed. And now she tries to get back to her normal life and to her normal self. Throughout 10 generations, she has to achieve that. And I tried to change a little bit the original scenario where you just have like to make a few kids and then you choose from. Like I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult. And so if that's something that you like, you can discover this as well on my... Oops. on my YouTube dedicated to The Sims. So it's just like really small. There's not much going on. There are only 2 videos. It's not like I said, my microphone broke down, so I don't have like this very nice quality of the sound, but maybe we can resolve this in the future. So it's really just for fun. If you enjoy watching something, you speak French, like maybe this is something that you could enjoy. So I'll link it down below. And yeah, so I think I'll finish this off for today. You can see a little bit what we did so far. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you are reading something. Like, I always love to have some ideas about new books and to listen what you love, what you're currently reading or listening to if you love to listen to audiobooks. Also, if you have like creators that you love to listen to, you can let me know in the comments down below, so I'll check them out. That's something that I also like to do, or is looking for new things. And I will thank you like for staying around, having listened, and yeah, I will see you next week. Until then, stay healthy, stay hydrated, my friends, and bye.